Hello and welcome to today's Dolly Digest, your one-stop shop for all Lancaster City and NPL news. On today's edition we have friendlies, new sponsors, a word on our open training session, and we'll check in with some of the other NPL sides. Last Saturday we made the trip over to Hull Old Boys, where despite the wind and driving rain, the two sides played out an entertaining 2-2 draw. Nick Evangelinos, who's sponsored this season by Steve Wright, I suspect I'll be saying that quite a lot in the upcoming months, and a trialist on the score sheet for the Dolly Blues. A big thank you to the Stags for their hospitality. A Lancaster 11 will make their way to play Dalton United later today, commemorating 50 years for Dalton in the West Lancashire League. We then have Fleetwood Town's development side on Tuesday evening at Giant Axe, kick-off at 7 p.m. That one will be broadcast on Dolly Blue Sound. For the Dolly ladies, their game last weekend was a washout, called off due to the weather. They contest the Britannia International Cup in Chester tomorrow. The Dolly ladies are in Group B. They will play Bangor Women, Northwich Vixens, Litherland, Tranmere Rovers Women, all for a place in the semi-finals. If they advance, the final will be contested around 4 p.m, so it's a full day of football for the double winners. Ian Whitby now sponsors our goalkeeping coach, Mark Wolfie Thornley. Thank you to Ian. Mark actually had a birthday this week, as did one of our under-23 standouts, Jensen Butterworth. Two blokes at very different ends of the footballing spectrum. Wolfie with hundreds of appearances for Lancaster City under his belt. Jensen, just starting out, has been part of the first team squad in pre-season. We wish them both many happy returns. This week we've also welcomed Premier Line Business Insurance Broker as a sponsor for the back of the hospitality suite for the upcoming year. The Barry Kilby Prostate Cancer Appeal, I've talked about them before on Dolly Digest, will proudly feature as a back of short sponsor for Lancaster City's kits. Personally, I'm very pleased that we're working in partnership not only with local businesses, but with our charity partners as well. An open training session will be held on Tuesday the 8th of August in the evening. It's free entry, and there will be a manager Q&A that you can submit questions for online beforehand for me to put to Mark Fell. In NPL news, Gainsborough Trinity have loaned young Doncaster striker Jack Goodman. They're looking to replace the goals of Clayton Donaldson, who of course has moved on to Farsley Celtic. Radcliffe have made their 10th signing of the summer. They brought in 6'5", 19-year-old defender Isaac Lee, previously on the books at Ramsbottom United. Now, some good news sees Conor DeMeo return to training. Now, you may remember that he suffered an ACL rupture playing for Matlock against Ashton United back in early March. The club was fundraising so that he could have an operation. The £6,000 target was reached in part thanks to a donation from Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. Conor is now back on the field after surgery, working with Matlock physio Andy Henson. His progress great to see. Fantastic news. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you here next week on Dolly Digest.